we're breaking down the Spider-Man 3 details revealed by Tom Holland. Folks, I regret to inform you that Tom Holland is at it again. The notorious leaker of spoilers is up to his old tricks, and honestly, God bless him for it. How many stories have we gotten because of his loose lips? How many ships have sunk? 400, 500 stories, not ships. But this time, he's not accidentally spoiling Spider-Man's dusting to a theater full of people who would yet to see Avengers Infinity War, which is a thing he actually did, but he's purposely giving us our first concrete details about his third Spider-Man film. He was on the press circuit for Pixar's Onward, where the young Thomas spoke thusly with the Philippine Daily Inquirer about the wall crawler's future both on the big screen and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And according to Tom Holland, Spider-Man is going to be absolutely insane. Wait a minute, the Philippine Daily Inquirer? I was not expecting them to be the go-to source for geek news, but hey, J. Jonah Jameson, eat your heart out.
That's pretty good.
Good on them for getting some legit Spidey news when literally no one else out there could. Now, first of all, while we all knew we were getting a third solo Spider-Man film, it turns out it might be coming a lot sooner than we were thinking. When asked if there would be a third Spider-Man movie and if his version of Spider-Man is going to appear in future MCU movies, Tom Holland had this to say. Yes is the answer to that question. I'm super happy about it. We'll be shooting Spider-Man 3 in July in Atlanta. Now, the fact that it's shooting in mere months is definitely way earlier than most fans were expecting, especially considering how recent the drama was between Sony and Marvel over his future movie appearances, something we're going to get into in just a moment. And while we're glad to know we're probably getting another solo Spidey flick sooner rather than later, things are still a bit up in the air when it comes to the MCU of it all. Because his response to the second half of the question was this: as for me showing up in other Marvel movies, I'm not sure as to what they want me to do. Now, as we previously mentioned, Sony and Disney had a very public breakup back in August over their deal that allowed Spidey in the MCU. And as you probably know, Sony currently owns the movie rights to Spider-Man and his related cast of characters, like Venom.
Hey, I'm sorry about Venom.
Sorry about Venom. However, thanks to an impassioned Tom Holland drunk-dialing Bob Iger, the two sides came to an understanding. Spider-Man would stay in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for at least another solo film, as well as another larger Marvel film, and he would pop up in Sony's universe of Marvel characters. But if his quote of "not sure what they want me to do" is truthful, then it seems there's still a lot up in the air when it comes to details as to this shared future.
Where's the kid?
He left.
Everybody's waiting.
Now, it's clear that both Marvel and Sony have big plans for him. Sony wants him in their Marvel movie universe as soon as possible to help legitimize it with the fans, and we saw seeds of that planted with Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes appearing at the end of the Morbius trailer. And you know that Disney Marvel has big plans for Tom Holland as well in the long term, because it was just announced this week that the Spider-Man actor would be the official voice of Spider-Man at Disneyland's upcoming Avengers campus attraction, which you can learn more about on a previous episode of Nerdist News and on Nerdist.com. Now, of course, the reason he might not know his long-term plans is simply because Marvel and Sony haven't told him yet, because you know he's Tom Holland and he talks about stuff that he probably shouldn't sometimes.
What did you just say?
I take that back.
But what else did we learn from Tommy Boy? Well, only the fact that young love often can be fleeting, because we got it straight from the Spider-Man Spider-Mouth. Zendaya will most definitely be in the film. As to the relationship between Peter and MJ, I'm not too sure what it'll be. Okay, I know it doesn't mean this fictional couple's breaking up just yet, but it is nice to get confirmation that MJ will in fact return. However, knowing Peter's track record with the ladies in comics, it would make sense for them to ultimately split up, especially now he's accused of murder. Now, at the end of the day, we still have a long ways to go before we have a trailer or a release date or hell, even a subtitle, but you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to track every little detail with our spider tracers as they continue to trickle out, most likely from the mouth of Tom Holland. But what do you folks think? What do you hope Tom Holland leaks next? What's the first Sony film that Spider-Man could appear in, and why is it Morbius? And what should the title for this next solo film be? Spider-Man Homeschooled? Spider-Man Home Run? Spider-Man Home Depot? Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? If you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, please feel free to mash that little bell. That way you can be up to date on all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world.